Like many things, a bill starts as a simple idea, and then legislators and others put work into that idea to make that idea a reality, a law. To help illustrate this process from idea to law, we're going to invent a fake legislator. Let's say their name is Bill Billington. Clever, I know. Representative Billington represents District 499 somewhere in Arkansas, and Representative Billington has heard from Mayor Jane of an idea for a bill. Representative Billington likes Mayor Jane's idea and decides he wants to draft a bill to make that idea law. We'll keep it simple and not get into the details of Bill's bill, but let's just say it's a good bill for Arkansas's cities and towns. Representative Billington takes his idea to the state capitol and files it. And now, that idea is no longer just Bill's idea, it's now House Bill 2001.
Once a bill is filed, it will show up here on the Arkansas Legislator website. When a bill is filed, we take a look at it, analyze it, research the law surrounding the bill, and determine if it's something we should keep an eye out on. Now, most of the times we know a bill's coming months in advance, right? We have legislators talk to other legislators about it, they reach out to us about it to get, our support or get our take on a certain bill. However, sometimes bill simply just pops up out of nowhere. Speaking of which, looks like House Bill 2001 just got filed. Let's take a look at it. After reviewing House Bill 2001, we have determined that it is great legislation for cities and towns, and we will now put our efforts in helping the sponsor get this bill passed.
Since Representative Billington is a member of the House of Representatives, the bill would start in the House. But a bill can start in either chamber. Its first stop is to be assigned to a committee. Because Representative Billington is in the House, it's going to be assigned to a House committee. While we're waiting for the committee assignment, let's find a place to park. The state capitol grounds encompass quite a bit of space in downtown Little Rock, which means parking can be a little tricky. During the legislative session, here are a few places you may be able to park, but make sure to wear comfortable shoes because you'll likely be walking quite a ways.
Like I said, this is not the day to wear uncomfortable shoes. I parked down there at our Sisters and Brothers building, the Association of Arkansas Counties. Right over here is the Arkansas State Capitol, where we're going to get started our day at the Capitol. Follow me. And as much as I would love to enter the bronze doors behind me, they're beautiful, great for pictures, as the sign says we can't enter there. Instead, we're going to walk underneath the staircase here, through the portico, and through the main entrance. Follow me. Now that we're through the doors, we're going to head through the metal detector. Make sure to have your keys and your phone off to the side here so we can get through the detector here. Thank you. We'll head on to the rotunda.
Alrighty everybody, as you can see, it's Christmas time here at the Capitol with the golden Santa Claus and giant decorated Christmas tree. But it looks like our bill has been filed and assigned to the House Committee. And to get to the House Committees, when you walk in, come to the rotunda in the middle and head off to your right. Follow me. Now it has to make it through this committee before it can get to the House floor for a full vote. So here we are at the committee room waiting for House Bill 2001, and when you get to the committee room there will be a table outside with a sign-up sheet. Sign-up sheet will ask for your name, who you're with, where you're from, and whether or not you're speaking for or against a bill. Only sign the sign-up sheet if you are speaking for or against the bill. But other than that, let's head inside and see what's going on. So when you walk into the committee, just got to find a place to sit. You can see all these tan brown chairs laid out about the back of the room, the side of the room. It's seating for the public. Over here at the long table in the middle, at the very end of the table, this is if you had signed up to speak, where you'll be sitting and testifying. All these other brown leather chairs moving along to the front of the room are for the legislators themselves. This is where the representatives of the committees sit and listen to testimony. And then back here up at the front, this is where the chairman of the committee and the vice chair speaks. And I think now we've got the layout of the room, we'll find us a place to sit and see what happens to House Bill 2001. Representative Billington just finished presenting House Bill 2001, and it looks like we're in good shape. Now, let's head up to the House floor and see what happens next. Looks like House Bill 2001 flew out of committee and is now up here ready to be heard on the House floor. Unfortunately for us, we can't be on the floor, so to watch the proceedings for this bill, we'll have to head upstairs to the House gallery. So follow me. And here we are at the entrance up to the House Gallery. But before we head upstairs, I will remind you of something John stated earlier. If you're coming up here, wear comfortable shoes. As you can tell, we've been doing a lot of walking around the marble up here. So let's head up to the House Gallery. And here we are at the top of the House Gallery. As you can see, plenty of places to sit behind me. But if we turn our attention down here to the House floor, you can see this is where all the representatives sit, and you can see their nameplates over at their desk. At the front of the room is where the Speaker of the House and the parliamentary sit, up there at the top desk. And then on both sides of the room, we have these giant screens that have the names of all the representatives on there. And when they take a vote on a particular bill, they have a button down at their desk that they push. And if they vote for a bill, their name will light up in green. If they vote against the bill, they'll light up in red. But right now, not a whole lot more to do, but sit down and wait, see what happens.
Looks like House Bill 2001 is going to pass the House. But we're not done yet. It has to head over to the Senate before it heads to the governor's desk. But before that, let's grab a bite to eat from the Capitol cafeteria.
Welcome everybody to the 500 Grill in the bottom of the state capitol. Now that we're on a break, we can have a drink or have something to eat, salad, chicken tenders. This is where a lot of the things happen. Downstairs at least, talk to your representative and legislator or senator.
Yeah, great place to get some one-on-one time with either your specific legislator or one that's running a bill for us. And Jack, I know there's a lot of interesting stories that have taken place here over the years.
There is, and one in particular that stands out. If you look over in that corner, there's a round table over there, and it actually replaced when they remodeled. By the way, you can see this is really nice. It wasn't always that way. And back in those days, there was a round table that sat over in that corner that was actually about twice the size of this one over there. And you couldn't just anybody sit there. You had to be a senior legislator with 20 or 30 or 40 years experience or a high-powered lobbyist. And they were real particular who sat there. They have nameplates, had assigned seats, and you can go there today and see, for those who have gone on and are no longer with us, who have died, their plate has moved up to the little gondola on the top, and those who are still living, their nameplate is on the actual table itself, but it's an interesting piece of history.
I remember the first time I sat there, Jack, you were sitting there, I sat next to you, and I remember how honored I felt to even be there, because it really is a legendary place in the Capitol. So again, if you're looking for a break, you need to come get a Coke, coffee, salad, chicken tenders, my favorite. Come down here, take a break, maybe meet your representative and senator, and talk a little bit of business.
But we're not done yet. It has to head over to the Senate before it heads to the governor's desk. The first stop is a Senate committee. Let's have Jack take us there.
Okay, so we just got back from lunch and learned that our bill passed the House, which is great news. Now it's on to the Senate. The next step is Senate committee, which is off to the left here. So if y'all will follow me, we'll go there. Okay, so our bill now is on the Senate end here in the City County Local Affairs Committee, and it's being held in this room. If you look around, it can be held in any room, but this is the most historic room in the state capitol. This used to be the Supreme Court. It's known as the old Supreme Court room, just an incredibly historic room.
While in committee, bills can either be passed, like House Bill 2001 did on the House side, or they can be rejected or even amended. Luckily, no changes were made and the bill is now headed to the Senate floor. We're so close now.
Okay, so as you can see here, we're in front of the Senate chamber. That's where our bill will be heard next. But the view's not too good from here, so why don't we go up in the gallery so we can get a better view and watch the proceedings. Just follow me this way. Okay, we're in the Senate gallery now, and this is the final step of our bill before it gets to the governor's desk. It's passed the House, passed the Senate committee, and now it's goes to the Senate floor for final passage. Now, if you look over here, it's where the senators sit, and we have two galleries here. This is the West Gallery, that's the East Gallery. Doesn't matter where you sit. We like to get here early because sometimes it can get really crowded up here. So we get here early so we can get a good seat. You can look down there, and if we had any doubts about the passage of this bill, there were some senators down there who were undecided. We could send them a text message, but in this case, we think we're in great shape, so that shouldn't be necessary. So eager to watch it be presented and see how it goes.
What a day! House Bill 2001 passed the Senate, which means it's now on its way to the governor's desk to be signed into law. Let's go see where that can happen. Now that House Bill 2001 has made it off the House floor and the Senate floor, it's ready for the governor's signature and thus ready to become law of the state of Arkansas. Right here, we're in the governor's reception hall where a lot of important things happen, and one of those things could be where House Bill 2001 is going to be signed into law. Of course, the governor does not have to sign any bill into law. She could simply just not sign it, at which point, of course, Jack, it becomes law anyway, or she could veto the bill.
This is also where the governor holds many press conferences, and in fact, if you remember during the pandemic, this is where Governor Hutchinson held most of his COVID-19 briefings.
And also, right through that door is actually the governor's office. So that's where the governor can open the door, walk right into that table, and the governor may sign 500 bills during a session, and 90% of those are actually signed in her office. However, at this table, on a special occasion, she will come out and do the actual signing of the bill right there. Our bill today happens to be one of those special occasions, and we're really excited.
So when House Bill 2001 makes its way here, we'll ask you to join us. We'll be here, of course, and be there with Governor Sanders as she signs the bill into law. And I can tell you there's a special treat. You get to keep the pen the governor used to sign the bill. We all have one of those, so it's a special event. And now the idea from the representative is now the law of Arkansas. Now, of course, the process to have a bill become law is much longer than the time it took to show you kind of the ins and outs of how this works. But we hope that this helped you get a sense of what it's like in here, what we do and what we're hoping that you will help us do as well. Remember, we're going to rely on you heavily to spread the message of what's important to you and to the cities and towns of Arkansas. We're here to help you. We hope we did the best. We hope we did good work to show you a little bit more about this. And remember, above all else, this is about being local and being heard.